The AEW joint? It's the new No Mercy right there. Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. This shit fucked up. I just did that, but I came on the camera. Nah, let's... Jesus. I'll be done by now. That shit stopped like when I first started the video, so I was like, oh, I'm good. Anyway. Shoosh. So, Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. That's one thing I'm trying to do every time I say, oh my God, or anytime I say, Jesus, I'll try to apologize to them motherfuckers. Listen, I got a kid, and so for me, I really try not to be talking a certain way in front of my kid, but certain shit is so ingrained and been that way for so long, like that right there, that when I say certain shit, I don't think about the fact I'm saying it. But the fact that with Jesus and God, I feel like that actually affects some shit, I try really hard not to say it. And I feel like if I could do that, then I can make it further than that. You feel me? And I can figure out all the shit. But anyway, listen. There's a couple things going on in the news. One is some dude, Jeremy Brown, getting killed, I guess, over trying to knock someone out. And 14-year-old pulls a gun on him, bro. Why were you beating on his mom, bro? As someone who was probably that 14-year-old at some point, why were you doing that? Why? Yo, you know these, back then it was rare for like a kid to be sticked up like me. Like it was rare. It wasn't something you saw every day. You had to really go out your way to like places that was going on in. You weren't just going to encounter me anywhere. I mean, it is Chicago. It is Chicago. But I don't even know if Chicago was on that time back then. Chicago wasn't no murder capital when I lived in Detroit. Now, a couple of years after that it was. And it held that shit for a good minute. But I didn't think Chicago was top 10 when I lived in Detroit. Anyway. That's not what made the news with that. The fact is that I guess someone related to him wore some shirt that said Knockout King to his funeral with his face all over the bitch. Listen, let them go, man. Let them live. They was doing what they was doing. I'm not gonna lie. I would want someone to do something similar at my funeral. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. I done knocked out a lot of fucking people. I done broke a lot of people's limbs. I done did a lot of violent shit. If someone came to my funeral with Violence King on their shit, like, bro, I'd be looking down and be like, that's right. That's right. And they still gonna let me up in here? That's right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so, come on, man. Okay, it's not like they put DV King or Domestic Violence King on this shit. Just put Knockout King. He knocked out a bunch of people, bro. I wish someone would do something like that at my funeral. I think that'd be lit. Anyway, the next thing is Joe Biden admitting to selling state secrets. It was like everything I had to complain about with Trump. This motherfucker gets in office goes, hold my beer. However, so it's not something you're going to see me do is stick up for this man. However, I do think people are jumping a little head first into it. Like, oh, he just admitted to selling state secrets. No, I think what was going on, there's a lot of dirt on that man's name right now. A lot of dirt on that man and that dude whole family name. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of shit on that motherfucking name right now. He knows it. He's not stupid. I think he's like me and he like knows that since y'all think he's really stupid, he's trying to play that up to the max. But, I mean, that's the 21st law of power. Anyways, I think you gotta look at the setting and know a little bit of what's going on with India. Okay, India has had the bomb for a long time. However, they're supposed to roll out the first tier ICBMs. I think they were supposed to be out, in fact, back in like 2018 or some shit. They're still not here. Now, they don't really tell you what the purpose of that meeting was about. But if Joe Biden was there to facilitate the transfer of knowledge about ICBMs, that would explain why he's saying something like that. And he probably said it as a joke, knowing what the hell is going on with the whole shit with his name. You got a whole bunch of people asking, why is this dude listed as some shit for some oil company? Like they getting money just for putting his son on the board of this oil company. Why? Truman said, wasn't it Truman? Well, some president said, you show me a motherfucker who made millions of dollars doing this shit, and I'm gonna show you a crook. Yeah. So that's some real shit. That's some real shit. So I think him knowing what's going on, Joe Biden seems like me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's the whole reason I said, I promise you, if I had gone into fucking Washington, the height of Nixon's impeachment, and been like, I'm a Democrat, they would have let me up in that bitch too. Been like, I know some legal shit. I know about the Constitution and shit, man. I'm a Democrat. They gonna let me right up in that bitch if it was 1974. Or everything. Why would they not? Especially like if I prove to them like I do some shit. They're not gonna care about the credentials. They're just gonna care that I know some shit. You gotta look when he showed up. He didn't show up when it happened. He didn't show up before it happened. He showed up after the fact. Why? He's very weird. It's very fucking weird. Anyways, I've always felt like he kind of like me in the sense that he's probably really ignorant. I'm probably stupid. Not stupid. Like, I'm really intelligent, but I do enjoy me some ignorance. I like being ignorant. I think that suits me. When I come through and I'll just be like, nah, give me that. Like, and I got all these crazy ass levels of IQ, but I'm just, give me that. Snatch your shit. Snatch your shit out your head. But knowing I'm possibly gonna antagonize you, like, that's where I feel comfortable at. Like, me living out here, I could probably afford to live somewhere nicer than this. This is where I feel comfortable at. I think with Joe Biden, it's a little bit more like he's just ignorant. He don't really put up where I feel comfortable at to it. You feel what I'm saying? He's just ignorant. He just ignorant as fuck. And I think he's racist. That's the main difference. I think he's racist, and I think he's ignorant. I don't know if it's like he feel more comfortable with the ignorance like me, or if he just, like, that's what he's used to like me. Because let me tell you, I don't think I could be up in no White House. My nose dripping like motherfucker. I don't think I could be up in the White House. That shit would get on my nerves. What? I gotta answer phones? Bitch, did I get elected to be the secretary? You feel me? Like, I couldn't do that shit. That's it. You want me to go where? You want me to go Abu Dhabi? For what? An hour and come back here? Bro, I'm not trying to be on a plane for that long. Why we can't just stay over there? Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. Yeah, so I think with Joe Biden, it's a little bit like he's kind of like me. Not really like me, but he's kind of like me, where he just don't give a shit. Like, he do anything. When shit really be, like, he the type to make light of a situation. So it might really be some shit on his name right now that removes him from the White House. It might really be some shit on his name like that. And I think in that situation, he's going to joke around about it to make himself feel better. Like, whenever I'd have, like, a warrant out, I'm not going to lie, after that song OG Bobby Johnson came out, I'd be like, yo, word on the street, I'm a suspect. And just like say that shit to random people that I would encounter at like my people's houses or whatever. Be like, yo, word on the street, I'm a suspect. Like just like friends of friends and whatnot. Be like, yo, we're on my street, we're on the street, suspect. Hey, you know, cause I feel more comfortable when I'm ignorant as shit. So if I could just act like I'm way more serious than I am around some people who have no idea who I am, probably just heard a whole bunch of fucking stories that make me sound 10 feet taller than I really am. That really happened, but like, you gotta understand the circumstances behind them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just out here Deboing the block for nothing. So I could see Joe Biden being like, word on the street, I'm a suspect. But instead it comes out as, I sold a lot of secrets. I sold a lot of state secrets, y'all. Yeah, y'all, I sold a lot of state secrets. MC Joe Beasy in the house. They used to call me 8 Ball. Stop! Then I had 2 aneurysms in 1988. God smoked crack. I could see him being like that. I'm not even gonna hold you. But yeah, let that Knockout King, let that alone, man. I gotta circle back to that, man. Cause listen, I know if it was me and someone did that at my funeral, and they let me in through them pearly gates, on the way in, I'm looking down through the clouds like, oh, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. Woo, I like that. God, you see what they did for me down there? Yo, Jesus, you see that? Look, he wearing a shirt that said Violence King. He wearing a shirt that said Stick Up King. Like, I'm not even gonna lie about it. I would be lit as long as they let me through them pearly gates still. Or at least they're like, you gotta reset. As long as I ain't going to hell, man, I see that. I'm laughing. I'm smiling. I'm asking God, St. Peter, all them motherfuckers. Yo, you see that? You see what they did for me? I'm out this bitch, baby.